What's good, y'all? It's the Yungavelle here, back at it with some more blazeful content for you guys. Yes, I said blazeful. I like that word. I actually just came off of an open mic, and I blazed the stage. And so I'm gonna start saying that word a lot more often. You know, hitting you guys with some more blazeful content. So Yeah, hitting you guys with that. Today's been a day full of a lot of grace. A lot of grace from the Supreme Lord has been bestowed upon me today. And I just want to take some time to acknowledge that. Thank you, God. Thank you, Krishna, for that. You're supreme. And yeah, so just coming off of that, I figured let me blaze y'all with this content real quick. So we're gonna chop it up really quick about how I jumped into the red pill, how I really got into the red pill, because it's been you know, retention kind of gives you that natural you become easier to navigate. You navigate female nature easier when you're on retention. So, but the red pill is the mental understanding of why the things are the way they are, why women do certain things. And you know, I was actually in with a chick that I was delusioned. The blinders were brought over my eyes. And yeah, this girl, she cause she checked off all the boxes for me. She checked, you know, she did it for me. She was a Latin woman, a cute face, nice fit, conscious. I'll put that in quotation. Nah, I'll never judge anybody. I love everybody. I don't love everybody, but I'll never judge. So it's all good. Yeah, she checked off all the boxes, and I was delusioned because I had a crush on her for a minute. I'd known her for a while, and you know, long story short, I forget how many days I was in one of my retention cycles last year, where I just reached out and I was like, because we had been playing the friend whatever. You remember, guys don't really have friends, girlfriends. They have girls that they're low key interested in, and if they give the green light, boom, that's happening. So boom, she was that for me, and for years, and I never really crossed the line, but I was like, you know what, boom, crossing the line. You know, some light shit on Instagram, because we were commenting back and forth on each other's stories, and then she's like, lo and behold, I was like, I said something about like, yeah, I will kiss your face, or some shit like that about her face being pretty, and she said like, oh, not like, she said, funny, I feel the same way about you. I'm like, oh shit, my crush got a crush on me. Boom, endorphins, dopamine, all that shit start flowing in my brain for the preceding 2 to 3 months. And my shit is just clouded, bro, clouded. You know, when that dopamine is flowing, you're not thinking straight. So I ended up hanging out with her. I flew to where she was, stayed with her for 2 weeks, which is, I think, too long to hang out with someone that you don't really know what their vibe is. So boom, stayed with her for 2 weeks, and first week and a half was great. Ladder, like I said, I think I stood too long, and but it showed me what I needed to see. Full moon period, and alcohol all coalesced around at the same exact moment. And it was something along the lines of there were a couple disparities that we had within that week and a half with each other, but we let it slide because we were so infatuated with each other. You know, we're actually getting to be with each other physically, and you know, I'm sure you guys have been there, you know, with someone that you're really attracted to on more than one level, and then y'all get together and it's like two tidal waves and everything is so it was that. So we overlooked some shit, right? Boom, that day happens, and she switched up on me. Switched up crazy, because she had a little alcohol in her, so whatever. And it was some petty, like, talking about threesomes and shit, and I'm just like, nah, girls can't have threesome though. Like, nah, my girl can't have no threesome. Like, I don't, like, nah, that's a train. You know, that's a train. If a girl's with a guy and a guy, that's a train. With a guy and two girls is different. And you know, that just doesn't register or whatever. She's like, oh no, I can't. Boom, locked herself in the room. Locked herself in the room. Keep in mind, I'm 3 hours away from like any of my people, from you know, because I went to visit my mom as well, and I drove 3 hours north to stay with her, to stay with the girl, and so I'm like, oh shit, but I didn't think it was that serious. Boom, locked herself in the room. So long story short, yo, the switch up, that was the switch up, where it was just very hard to reach her emotionally after that point. And I remember after she opened the door and you know, we were talking, keep in mind, she's still alcoholed up. I don't drink like that, but I was having some. Another thing I should not have done. There was a lot of things that I did wrong, and this is why we're going into the red pill. Save me, oh Lord, thank goodness. So I was in her frame, and like I said, the alcohol, whatever, talking to her, and I just remember laying in the bed and thinking like, yo, how the hell did I get here? And I know we've guys have had that feeling like, yo, how can a situation be one thing in one moment, then another in a moment, in like a short, and there's no way of going back to how things were. And I'm like, how the hell did I get here? I remember sitting in that bed, laying in that bed, and it was just like, yo, how the fuck did I get here, man? And I never want to feel that way ever again. And there were a lot of things that I did wrong to get me to that situation. So let's go over what they are. One, I flew to her place. I flew to her place, and that means I entered into her frame. All the planning, all the where I can be in the house, and like the time spent away. Like, you know, you don't want to be up somebody's butt all the time. All that stuff was like, bro, I gave that up going into her frame, right? So, boom, that was one thing. Having those drinks where like that was something that she would do. She like at the end of the day she would like unwind with a beer, flag. So I didn't have some every night, but I don't drink like at all. So letting that influence get into me just because of some peace leave, you know, like that's whack. We don't do that no more. We don't do those. So like I said, I was infatuated. The dopamine flush in my brain. I'm in the sweet watery guts. My shit is clouded, crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, yo, this is amazing. I'm doing all the wrong shit. So boom, I peeped the switch up, and just that feeling alone of like being like, damn, yo, because I'm at the age where I have a strong paternal instinct. I have a strong instinct to be a father right now, because I'm 33, and I'm at that prime. I'm like right beginning my prime, but you know, my kingdom is being constructed right now, which I know that's why the good Lord hasn't blessed me with children yet, and I am thankful for that. I am not in a rush, but that frame was in my mind, like, yo, we had those talks and stuff. Another flag, she had a kid already, single mom, feel me? That's another thing that we like, red pill tenet is be wary of single moms, kind of really don't take them too seriously. Boom, I didn't think about none of that shit. I was gung-ho, boom, fucking sitting at the table doing arts and crafts and shit, dude, what? Oh my God, man. Peace leave, dude. Oh man, that's crazy. So funny looking back. And I'm thankful for where I am now. Like I said, all love and all that good stuff. So yeah, I was in her frame. So it's very hard to control the time dynamic of like separating and stuff like that. And she didn't really have that much going for her. At least I knew that I had way more to offer. But I was just wrapped up in this illusion of like she's what I want on paper as far as like an image, you know, and she's cool. We both like The Office, so little things I'm like, okay, she could be a cool potential partner. And it was just that alone was just blocking out everything else. And dude, I came back, you know, and I was like, damn, it didn't work and all that. And I found The Rational Male. I found that book by Rollo Tomassi, Rational Male, where I was like, yo, I was doing all this stuff of a beta male. I was doing all the wrong shit. We've all been there. We've all been there. Peace leave is a powerful thing. And the urge to be a father also a powerful thing. You know, those things cloud you. They're one of our most primal urges. So, man, when I got back and I found out about masculine frame, hypergamy, those are the real two things that really like, hypergamy and masculine frame were two things that kind of, I knew that I was lacking, like as far as those understandings. And I was like, that's why. That frame control, the knowledge of how to control frame in an interaction, man, that really got me. That is what started for me to be like, okay, I see where that frame dynamic, because frame is a power dynamic within an intergender relationship. So we call it masculine frame because you always want to have masculine frame. Not saying that you won't be vulnerable with your partner, but I'm saying as far as the power dynamic goes, a guy is to lead. That's final. And when you have, there's certain moments where a woman shit tests you, and you know they're hardwired to do that. It's not a bad thing. They do that to test your masculinity, basically. And if you fail those tests, boom, that power slips. All these little subtle things, I'm like, yo, how did I, what the, I'm over here fed this Disney shit of like, yo, find your Jasmine, man. And once you got that, oh my gosh, this is great, you're my soulmate. You don't know how many girl soulmates I've been already so far. You feel me? Like, you're my, come on now, alright? So, but once you get past that soulmate, like fairy tale shit, I was in it. And you realize like, oh my gosh, no. That is not how real, long-term, successful intergender relationships work. Like there's a certain modus operandi, a mode of operation that you as a man have to operate by. You can't just go by your feelings and that feeling enough. That feeling is enough to guide you to make the right decisions. Like, yo, I like this girl, so I'm gonna just be with her. Like, no, my brother. Like, in that interaction, there's gonna be frame control, and you gotta be aware of of her hypergamous nature. Things like pre-selection as well. And it's funny, she gave me a lot of signs that she knew that I was a high value man. And you know, she would say things like, you probably got so many hoes, or some, you know, regular pre-selection, right? So in her mind, I'm a male that is being pre-selected by other women. Whether I am or whether I'm not is none of her business, which I am. None of her business though. But pre-selection is the key though. That's the thing. So I didn't have no clue, but I picked up and I just think like, oh, she's just being, you know, that's, girls have always said that to me. But that's a thing that they do. That's called pre-selection. And it subconsciously turns them on. They want a guy who is chased after by, that guys want to be and girls want, but the girls don't get him because the guy is focused on her. So she's turned on by the fact, I got somebody. Fine, that's just part of their nature. Hypergamy, tendency to date across and up. Okay, boom, hypergamy. I know that I'm bringing a lot to the table, you know, and she wasn't really bringing shit but peace leave and a very attractive face for me, body, nice, and we like the Office. We like to watch The Office together. That's really it. As far as, you know, those 2 weeks were concerned. So I knew that I was fulfilling her hypergamous nature. The thing about it is, though, for a long-term relationship, you always got to be aware of that moment where you don't want shit to get bland or boring in a relationship, because then the women tends to entertain other options through attention from like other guys and stuff, and that's how the ball starts rolling and stuff, and you get resentment and all that, like divorce and all that kind of shit. So all this stuff I'm becoming privy to in the rational male, and I'm like, yo, this is why this is happening. This is why the divorce rates are this. This is why affairs are, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yo, it's the intergender relationship. There's an actual mode of operation that I need to adhere to in order for me to not deal with the bullshit, or like see through it and not get so immersed in it when it happens. And then like I said, masculine frame, which I told you, hypergamy, I told you, pre-selection. And the alpha and omega of this shit is basically self-development. Like, that is the thing that covers all of those things. It covers all of those things because, and this is why I love retention. Like, you guys, I cannot stress how great of a mode of operation it is for a man, because it will drive you to it will drive you in such a way that naturally you will become, if the best version of yourself is your aim, you will become that. You will be fulfilling a lot of women's hypergamous nature. It will be easier for you to maintain masculine frame because you know for sure that you're the prize, and if you're not in my system or my program, I got many others that will do the same, that will fall right in and that are waiting for my spot. Boom, masculine frame and hypergamy satisfied. Pre-selection, all of these Johns on the bottom, all these women know that you're members. She was telling me, oh, you probably got a lot of hoes. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So just by self-development, because obviously she's followed me throughout the years and stuff, so she's seen where I'm at, and also where I'm going. So self-development, guys, is the key. It is the key. It is the red pill is great. You need to know stuff like this. You need to know red pill knowledge. Remember, red pill is just Morpheus giving you the pill and saying, yo, this is what you were taught. Blue pill, Disney loves. There's only one for me. You're the one. I've been waiting my whole life. Soulmate, twin flame. Here's the red pill. This is reality. You'll wake up and you will know the truth. And of course, you take the red pill. At first, I was like, damn, yo, so I got a whole frame all the time, like that red pill rage. We all go through it. But then when you accept it as this is just reality, you start to see, like, I plan on self-developing anyway, so at least now this knowledge is almost like, oh my gosh, you got the keys to the kingdom now. You got the keys to the female kingdom now. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this knowledge? Because you self-develop, and you're aware of masculine frame, and you're aware of hypergamy, you're aware of a female's emotional nature, you're aware of when the shit test comes, so you know, boom, boom, get out of my face, or like you just go right through them, say something back, and you like, oh my gosh, yo, this is like a science. And it is amazing. It's great, you know what I'm saying. Like, how are you going to use this knowledge? How are you going to use this knowledge? Because it's an addition. It's an addition. Because self-development is the focus. It will always be the focus. Remember, I started this video. This is what I think the tier should be. I remember I started this video by praising God, praising the Most High. Your service and relationship with God is first, paramount. Then comes everything you're building, your kingdom, right? And then comes woman. Okay? Because then with woman as family, you already got the kingdom. So like, you're doing all this, so this is good. But, you know, the Most High relationship with God that's number one. So nothing can come in the way of that. So that's how I was really introduced to the red pill, you know, for real. And now I got that knowledge like ingrained in me to the point where I could share it with you guys, you know, and I understand it, and I'm employing it, you know, in my intergender relations, and I'm successful, and I'm having a good time, having a fun time. You know, I'm not a fucking asshole or anything like that, but like, I know how to hold frame, basically. It's a difference of, and retention is really a key that helps you hold frame. When you hold frame in a relation, like a interaction, when you hold frame in an interaction, whether it's a guy or a girl, you can feel how they feel about you holding frame. Like, oh snap, this guy is solid. You know, I said this in my very first 90-day video 2 years ago. Like, people sense that, wow, something about this guy, he's solid. You're solid because you have employed discipline in your life. And that discipline, that confidence is radiated in your behavior. And it's something that, like, yo, regardless if you were here, if this woman was here, this guy was here in front of me, I would still feel the same about myself. And that is frame control. And it is a beautiful thing. And retention is open the door, frame control, I'm here. So, I hope I didn't ramble too much. I just wanted to blaze you guys with some more blazeful content, because it's been a day full of grace, you know, and I figure that let me just jump on here and share something with you guys as I'm in the spirit to do it. So I hope you guys are great. I hope you guys got something from this video. If you did, be sure to share it, like it, definitely like it, comment. I want to know what you guys thinking. I want to know if you guys are onto the red pill or what your experiences are like. Love chatting with you guys in the comments. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. As you can see, I'm upticking the amount of times that I'm posting, because hey man, let's go hard. You know, why not? Let's go hard. So until next time, guys, like I always say, remember, a greater perspective will lead to a greater connection.